start part 2 of this video. My phone stopped the recording to tell me my memory and storage was full. But I will just roll this as a continuation. And just to say that I want to speak my gratitudes to Becky for hearing me, hearing this desire of my heart to go see my last girlfriend and say goodbye to her before I leave Canada, and that there wasn't time for me to do it alone, and so we worked it into our travels and our exit to fly from Vancouver to Montreal and then from Montreal to Portugal, and we spent 24 hours in Montreal so that I can take some time to visit with Drea and see her again and to connect in with our friendship, our relationship, our love for each other, to catch up on life a little bit briefly and see each other and hug each other and renew that love and continue to lay the foundation for an ongoing friendship and relationship to happen. And so I just want to express my gratitude for Becky for working with me on this and for allowing me to do this. And we flew into Montreal and stayed at our Airbnb, and then the first evening I took a Uber out to meet up with Drea at her apartment, and we got to spend quite a few hours together at her place to drop in and touch in with the beauty of our connection that always feels good. And there's sadness mixed in the goodbyes and in the distance and in seeing each other's faces and seeing the changes in each other's appearance or aura or experience in life that's present, that's new, and also to drop in with what we know and what we know of each other and how we connect. And so it was really beautiful. It was something I was anxious about for days, for weeks before. On top of the move and the exit from BC, I was anticipating this meeting, anticipating how it would affect Becky, anticipating how it would affect Drea, anticipating how it would affect me. It's a stretch of my, of the heart. Involved bravery on everyone's part involved, all three of us, and including, even more people, even Drea's partner as well. Grateful for his blessing, for Ben's blessing on that, and just want to speak to it as something that held the most gravity for me in the exit of Canada. It was one of my biggest goodbyes, one of my hardest goodbyes, and one of my biggest events in the final moments of leaving Canada and arriving here in Portugal. And there's so much going on for us in starting this new chapter of life. And just to finish the story of it, the next day in Montreal, Drea came and picked Becky and I up, and the three of us went out for coffee and a walk in the park and got some food before Drea took us to the airport to drop us off. I guess I just want to share some of the beauty of that experience, both here on my birthday today, to just remember and capture how powerful and amazing that time was for me to see. You know, there's a level of heartbreak there. To hold the space for the love of a last relationship, while in the presence of the love of a new relationship, and to stand there in between both of those things, and to hold the fact that they're both real and they both have their place. And then for both women involved to be mature and strong enough to step into that with me, and to meet each other and to talk and connect. And for our final goodbye at the airport to be so sweet. For us all to be in tears as we expressed our heart truths to each other and hugged our goodbyes. And how it was a moment so big that I just know that I want to hold it in my heart, and that it was almost too big, that I was going to need time to digest the beauty of it all and the gift that was to see two women who mean a whole lot to me in my life embrace and shed tears together, and for them to both hold me in love and to speak their blessings on my life was maybe the biggest birthday present I could ever have. Bigger than I could ask for, and with so much anxiety about how this event would go down, it really went down more beautiful than I could have ever imagined it. And I'm just really grateful for that. And it's been a big part of my story landing here in Portugal. I think we're aimed right in the sun, trying to find the angle that's the best. The sun setting there behind me. I'll block it with my body. But that's been what's real and present with me in my life in these last few days, and landing here in Portugal with the whole clean slate, empty canvas of what life can be, what life may be, and trying to presence in with not falling back into old patterns that acting out of fear or desperation, but really trying to anchor in what it is I want to be in my life, what it is I want to create. And how can I show up and offer that to myself first right now, and hold myself in center of that magic that I want to create and offer out into the planet and into my community. How can I wrap myself in that energy right now? And how can I gift it to myself? How can I wrap myself in it into the point where it's overflowing and I can start to create from that place and get a clear vision on how it is I can show up for my community, for the planet, and offering my gifts in a way that feels good and exciting, and I feel energized to do it in a way that feels like creating more of what I want to see on the planet, and nurturing these same gifts in other people around me? And how can I create atmospheres and containers that support the birthing of that for all the people that I invite into my life? So Becky and I are here on this big adventure, on a road trip in a new country. This is my first time to Portugal. Meeting up with some friends in a few days. A good friend of mine that I met back in Kauai, Mariana, who lives here, who's from here. I'll be attending her sweat lodge on the 11th. Looking forward to that. To being greeted in new ways by this land and the people here, and to see what my fates in this land have in store for each other. Today I'm grateful for my life. Grateful that the adventure keeps continuing, that I keep waking up to new horizons. Feeling held and blessed, and that new experiences keep happening in my life. That moving into the unknown can sometimes bring us to unknown blessings, undreamt of blessings. And I feel I've witnessed that just in the last few days of my life. And I'm grateful to be here at 44 in a new place, overlooking this gorgeous cliff. We landed here on the full moon and held a prayer smoke right here, a little bit closer to the cliff than Becky wanted to sit under the full moon, but she obliged me, and we sat here for our prayer smoke. And I wanted to share this space in the video as well. I thank you for joining me. I acknowledge that I'm in the wild moments of the election right now. There's a presence in the atmosphere and on the internet. And just feeling the need for all of us to ground into who and what we are and what we're here to create. What beautiful new sunrises do we want to be a part of? And how are we going to contribute our energy to birth those things? And how are we going to work together with each other to birth those things? So I think I'll close this video with just 30 seconds of the beautiful view, just the same way that I opened the other video. But thank you for taking the time to listen and share. I'll see you next time.